This past Sunday at Hotwire, British boxing hero, the man who knocked out Mike Tyson, Danny Williams, was in attendance as a guest of FWA management. FWA Managing Director Alex Shane then took it upon himself to berate the boxer who tried to leave. Seeing this, the viciousness and personal nature of Shane's insults escalated until finally the show stealer spat a mouthful of water over a member of Williams' family. Incensed, Williams and his entourage lunged at Shane, forcing FWA and venue security to intervene and remove Williams from the building. FWA management have since issued an apology to Williams, but keep your eyes on FWA TV for more on this explosive situation in the coming weeks.
I'm ready to find out who tried to make my life hell for the past few months. I want to know now. Ladies and gentlemen, the person who put the humanity on Nikita's head is...
Bloody hell! Ring announcer Jane Charles had just hit Nikita with the mic. Oh my god, look at that! It's Sweet Saraya! Sweet Saraya! We haven't seen Saraya in the FWA for such a long time, but she's back. Nick, she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. You go, girl! A tombstone pile driver to Nikita. Nick, that's a £5,000 fine in the FWA. Jane Charles is practicing.
Sweet Saraya isn't an official FWA competitor, is she?
Where is this coming from, Nick?
Again! Now this is girl action that Nick London loves to see.
Nick, a second tombstone pile driver. Nick,
The winner of the £5,000 bounty is Sweet Saraya!
Hello there wrestling fans, and welcome once again to another episode of FWA TV. As ever, I'm your man John Atkins, and this week we truly have got an exceptional show for you. We will see the new FWA Commissioner finally unveiled, plus in the main event the TNA X Division Champion AJ Styles will take on James Tighe. But before all that, let's go to the Morecambe Dome. We will see the woman who took Nikita out of action, Sweet Saraya, as she takes on the youngster Minx. Over to our commentators Nick London and Tony Giles.
First time Minx has been inside an FWA ring, and to go one-on-one with someone like Sweet Saraya is a bit like throwing a lamb to the wall. Sweet Saraya has been in the wrestling business for a very long time, and as you can see, Nick, Sweet Saraya straight away, wow, goes with a face plant straight away, Nick. Sweet Saraya does not let up. She's like a shark that smells blood. She goes in for the kill from the minute the bell is rung.
She hit a big heavy move straight away. And you know what, Tony? You know, usually I've got this philosophy. I'm not too big on women in a wrestling ring, because usually, as far as I'm concerned, Tony, just like your hair, the FWA ring is just for men. However, Sweet Saraya is that exception. Look at her. She's brutal. Okay, she may as well be brimming with testosterone, because she is ripping Minx apart right now.
Sweet Saraya is proving her dominance in this match straight away, Nick. I mean, Minx has had no chance in this match to get any offense going. Sweet Saraya, nice arm wringer there, takes Minx down, trying to work. She's working away on the armbar.
God, look at that.
And she's
not isolated one arm, two arms.
Yeah, that's right, Nick. She grapevines a second arm as well. Referee Andy called in there, going in, asking Minx if she wants to give up. Well, I don't think the newcomer's going to quit just yet.
I don't know if you can see from your vantage point, but Minx was desperate to try and get her foot to the low road. But, you know, Sweet Saraya, a ring general, centre of the ring, mid-straw cradle. However, it looks like too close to the ropes. However, Minx still able to kick out.
Minx managed to kick out there with the the two, but she was very, very close to the ropes there. Minx trying to fire herself up, because even though this match hasn't been on for very long, Saraya has proved so dominant in it. Minx has yet to get in any offense whatsoever. Sweet Saraya goes to the backslide. 1, 2, only a 2 count there, Nick.
I gotta tell you, I mean, Sweet Saraya truly is a terrifying woman in that ring. A good friend of mine, former referee Andrew Coyne, once told me that the reason he quit is because Sweet Saraya, quite frankly, scared the living hell out of him, and he wanted nothing to do with it. When a woman like that is in that ring.
Sweet Saraya just charging from one side of the ring to the other, crushing Minx up.
Look how far the referee is staying away from Sweet Saraya. He really does not want to get in her face, because Sweet Saraya has nails, she has teeth, and she also has wrestling ability. And look, she's just wrenching viciously at the neck now of Minx.
Cobra clutch there from Sweet Saraya. She has got it wrenched in, and she is not prepared to let it go. Minx firing up now, trying to get back to her feet. And no, Sweet Saraya is just keeping hold of that.
She might have it here, you know.
Tight. It could be, Nick. It could be all over. The referee is checking on Minx, but no, Sweet Saraya goes in with a blow to the abdomen there.
You know, the last time we saw Sweet Saraya, she was in the ring. She tag teamed up with Cruz, and she was against Haid, Vanson, and Nikita. And you know what? Forget about it when Saraya. I see it, Tony. That's what makes her so good in the ring, because the referee's not seeing it. But the point I was trying to say is, back at No Surprises 4, many moons ago, Sweet Saraya actually went toe-to-toe with Haid Vanson, and Haid Vanson actually got a bit of a whooping that day, I can tell you.
Sweet Saraya definitely someone we should never take lightly in the FWA. Sweet Saraya there had a very nice lion tamer there on Minx, but you know, she used the ropes as well, Nick. She does cheat. The referee didn't see it. It just goes to show that Sweet Saraya has been in the ring for a while. She knows what to do. She's a ring veteran. And Nick, quite frankly, I cannot see Minx walking out of this match with a victory.
You know, Sweet Saraya, she's such a fiery, angry woman, and usually that gets me going, but in this case, there's no way I'm buying her a drink, because she'd smash that glass in my face.
Sweet Saraya with a nice back elbow there. Minx trying to get some offense in, but again, cut off straight away by Sweet Saraya. Sweet Saraya now backing her off into the ropes, shoots her off, and goes for the clothesline, but Minx ducks. Minx ducks a second clothesline, and blow to the gut on Sweet Saraya. Minx now firing back, sends her off to the ropes, goes for the clothesline.
Minx is getting a little bit of momentum in her favour here, Tony. Kick to the midsection.
And Minx goes with the sunset flip and hits it. 1, 2. Only a 2 count there. Maybe that was a little bit of a last-ditch effort there, Minx.
Sunset flip or a double leg full Nelson, regardless of what you want to call it. It was a pinning predicament, but Minx did not have it on tight enough. Saraya was easily able to kick out. And now, Sweet Saraya, I have no idea what she's going for here.
She spins around, takes it down in a TKO, 2, and no, Minx kicks out there, Nick.
I have to say, I mean, Minx got a lot of guts and glory there. I mean, after all, she hit that TKO, or that kind of spinning ace crusher, if you will. Minx was able to kick out, but no doubt her throat will be feeling the effects of that maneuver right now. She's got a hammerlock position and a front headlock, and this will no doubt put a lot of pressure on the left shoulder of Minx here.
Minx trying to fight out of this. No, Nick, imagine what this match could do for Minx. You know, it's her first match in the FWA. She comes in, nice reverse DDT there from Saraya. Minx comes in, and imagine if she could beat Saraya in her first match.
Oh, that'd be a hell of a statement. Forget about just in the FWA. That's a hell of a statement across England. I mean, obviously, Saraya is one of the most dominating women in England, and as a result of that, a lot of promoters like to use her, and Saraya makes a nice, pretty living out of it. If Minx were to get a victory in her first match, imagine their headlines. Minx beats Saraya, and Minx would be getting more buttons, but you know what, maybe we're looking a bit too far into the future, because at the moment it looks like Saraya, who is deeply in control of this contest here.
Saraya leading Minx by the hair, sends her face first into the turnbuckle as the crowd are firmly behind Minx. But Saraya now just wailing away with those blows to the abdomen area of Minx. Again, one to the face as well. It would appear that Sweet Saraya has something to prove here, Nick. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but she is just showing complete dominance over Minx.
She's just bullying Minx. she is bullying Minx. I mean, it's just a case of Saraya is looking at this young girl and maybe she sees Nakia. Tombstone!
No, she wouldn't do it again, Nick. That's a £5,000 fine.
It's an illegal maneuver in the FWA. If she hits this, it is over. But I'll tell you one thing, it'll be a DQ in the favour of Minx.
Referee Andy Courtney, he's got the red card in his hand, Nick. He is waving in her face. Saraya, do you really want this? Do you really want this in your first match
Minx
back
is
in
struggling
FWA?
to get out, and Saraya just dumps her down.
Unceremoniously just dumps her to the floor and goes in now with the boots. I mean, I don't know what Saraya's trying to prove in this match, Nick, but if it's physical dominance, well, I mean, she's proven it to me and these fans already.
You know, maybe she believes the FWA fans are truly ignorant of the women in British wrestling. I mean, all these fans were fed the propaganda that the FWA femme fatale Nikita was #1 in the world. Yet saying that, Nikita has never won a British championship. And now she's only using the punch if she gets her back to the referee. She doesn't want the referee to see any of her filthy shenanigans.
Very smart tactics from a very smart...
Oh, we have seen this. This is a key Saraya maneuver, a power bomb where she picks them up on the top and drops them down.
Drops Minx down. I mean, surely this has got
to be
1, 2, 3. Nicely done. Bridging pin there from Saraya. A very nice finish to an otherwise... Well, I mean, basically in this match, all Saraya did was completely bludgeon Minx.
You know, Saraya has 2 key maneuvers, the tombstone pile driver, which unfortunately for her, she cannot legally use in an FWA ring, hence why she got fined £10,000 for the pass. But that powerbomb, that is pure unadulterated Saraya, and she hit it and it was effective. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Sweet Saraya.
Tony Giles for FWA TV here. Now I'm standing here with James Tighe, who faces possibly one of his toughest challenges to date tonight in the form of the phenomenal AJ Styles. Now James, I have to ask you one thing. Ever since you got beat by Doug Williams at British Uprising 2, people have been saying you've been on a losing streak. You lost to CM Punk, you lost to Sanjay Dutt, and you lost to Low Key. But after all that was said and done, you pinned Johnny Storm. You sent him packing from the company. Now the question that's been on wrestling fans' mind is, can James win 2 in a row? How are you going to answer your critics?
Well, you know what, Tony? If you look back, it's true. I've had my share of losses recently. I mean, first it was CM Punk, then it was Sanjay Dutt, then Low Key. But if you remember, I didn't tap out to Low Key. I didn't get pinned. I passed out because I didn't want to lose again. But then there was a glimmer of light, a shining ray of hope. When I faced Johnny Storm in a loser leaves FWA match, the most pressure I've ever had in any match, I pulled out all the stops and I managed to get that victory. But it seems you can't please everyone. It seems the wrestling fans are calling it a fluke. They're saying, James Tighe can't do it. James Tighe can't win 2 in a row. Well, tonight, AJ Styles, unfortunately, I had to prove that I can do 2 in a row. Tonight, I had to prove to you, I had to prove to all these fans, but even more important than that, I've got to prove to myself that I can beat you. I've got to prove to myself that all the things that have happened before, they're in the past. Today is a new day. And tonight, you're going to see that James Tighe, I'm not a loser anymore. By the end of the night, the only word associated with James Tighe is going to be winner.
FWA, Thailand, Johnny Storm, I'm still here having it large, it is wicked out here. You should see the beaches and the girls, there is so much to do. I don't even give England a second thought. The only thing that matters to me is the SPW European Championship. It's getting late now though, and it's a bit weird around here when it's dark, but that doesn't matter because Johnny Storm has got this. And as long as Johnny Storm, in Thailand, in England, it doesn't matter where, I'm happy.
fans, since the unfortunate recent passing of FWA Commissioner Pat Roach, the management team have been looking out for a replacement. Speculation has been rampant as to just who that would be, and the people gathered in the Broxbourne Civic Hall were eager to find out, but no one more eager than FWA Managing Director Alex Shane.
Now I'm here for one reason, and one reason only, and thank God it's not to entertain you bunch of mongoloids right here in Broxbourne. I'm here to get a question answered that I've been asking the FWA Board of Directors for the last 3 weeks. You see, no, it's not if you're gay, sunshine. You see, the thing is, unless you've been living in a cave, you will know that there is a new FWA Commissioner being announced right here tonight. So as much as you people know I hate to abuse my power and position here in the FWA and British Wrestling, this next match is not going ahead unless I get an answer right now! Disappointed. I'm sure that everybody here would agree with me tonight. This is a major disappointment. The little dragon, Ross Jordan. Now, I've heard rumours, obviously you're used to little dragons, I've heard rumours that the new commissioner is here to stop Alex Shane abusing his power, raising up all England title belts in ladder matches, getting people's microphones cut, etc, etc. You're here to stop me doing what I'm supposed to do. Is that correct?
Alex, that is correct.
So, being a little dragon like yourself, and the fact that I'm 6'8" and nearly 300 pounds. The fact is, I've heard rumours you're going to stop me fulfilling my duty and coming in here when I want to, booking matches I want to, getting my friends to interfere if they have to. Is that correct?
Yes. Alex, that's also correct.
Okay. So, I'm sure these retards are wondering, as I know I am wondering, Ross Jordan, look at me and look at you in your dad's best suit. How exactly do you intend to do that?
Well, Alex, I don't. You see, you just described the roles of the FWA Commissioner, and to be honest, Alex, I'm not the new FWA Commissioner. In fact, Alex Shane, I'm only here to introduce the new FWA Commissioner. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, your new FWA Commissioner, Flash Barker!
You didn't think you was going to see me again, did you? First of all, Alex, shut your mouth. As far as I'm concerned, you do too much of that. I tell you exactly why I'm here. The shareholders of the FWA, they come to me and they said, Flash, we've got a problem. We've got a guy who works for us, you know who he is. Is that wherever he is, I'm not going to say what he is. And he's running roughshod over the FWA. And we want someone to deal with it. And I said, I'll do it on one condition, and one condition only. From the first bell to the final bell, I have total control of the show. So guess what, Alex? I'm your boss. Cutty's Mike. Stuff like this ain't gonna happen, so I'll tell you why. Because right now I'm gonna implement a series of fines to wrestlers, all backstage staff, then suspensions. And the thing I hate most of all is people coming out here, stopping matches, getting on the microphone, standing there crying like a baby, wanting answers to questions that they don't want to know. So for that, in particular, and I'm talking about you, I will eject people from this building. Alex, try this microphone.
Listen, the fact is, you know what, you may think you're going to have your little small victory flashback, but let me explain something to you. 3 hours, that's from the opening bell to the end bell, you're in power. Let me tell you something. First thing Monday morning, son, you are still a cripple that cannot wrestle, and I am still the FWA Managing Director! So you may come out here thinking you're quadruple hard, but the fact of the matter is this, if you eject me this building right here tonight, you are starting a war! And it's nothing that you've ever had in your life, whether your knee was 100% or whether it's about 30 like it is now. So let me ask you, if you want a war, I'm ready for it. Is that something that you really want?
Alex. Just to show you that I'm a fair man, I'm going to give you your expenses for tonight. So here's a pound for the bus. It's so good to be back.
Don't do this to me, I'm Alex Shane! Shut your mouth, get out! Get out, Alex! Don't come back!
Come on, close the door.
Fans, time now for our main event contest. The returning AJ Styles, the current TNA X Division champion, taking on James Tighe. Tighe, of course, under a lot of pressure going into this contest, eager to prove that his victory in a loser leaves FWA match 3 weeks ago against Johnny Storm was no fluke. Back once again to Nick and Tony.
Making his way back to the FWA after a very long absence, the TNA X Division champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles. Now as it stands, Nick, in the FWA, AJ Styles is 2 for wins, 2 for losses. Is tonight going to be the night where he goes one more up?
The last time we saw AJ Styles in this very building, in the Broxbourne Civic Hall, he took part in an event known as the Round Robin Tournament at Seasons Beatings, in which he took on Jody Fleisch. He beat Jody Fleisch courtesy of the Styles Clash, and he also had that incredibly competitive freeway against Jerry Lynn and currently the FWA Heavyweight Champion Doug the Annex Williams. But I'm sure, Tony, you've seen it, I've seen it, and the fans seen it, that rather shiny belt around the waist of AJ Styles. That is the TNA X Division Heavyweight Championship, one of the most prestigious titles in America today, and it's around the waist of that man right there. Now, we want James Tighe to stop his losing ways. Can he do it? Can he do it against this man? A man who's holding one of the biggest titles in America today. Is James Tighe going to crack under the pressure again, Tony?
I don't know, Nick, but one thing's for sure, James Tighe may seem to have the cards stacked against him at the moment, because when it comes down to the big one, James Tighe does seem to succumb to a little bit of pressure. But in saying that, Nick, he was the man that took Johnny Storm out of the FWA. Not only did he end the losing streak, but he got rid of one of the most popular, well, not used to be one of the most popular wrestlers in the FWA, but one of the best wrestlers in the FWA, and he did it, and he knocked him out. Are we going to see James Tighe continue his winning streak?
So, you want to be a wrestler?
Look at this. James Tighe powers up AJ Styles, but AJ going back to that wrist lock.
James Tighe trying to work round it at the moment, uses the leverage on the back of AJ Styles' knee to break out of the hole. AJ sends James off into the ropes, but James powers him down with that shoulder tackle, sending AJ Styles almost inside out, Nick. And Nick, that's the first big move of this match we have seen, and AJ Styles looks a bit shocked to be taken down.
Well, absolutely. Maybe that was the raw frustration of James Tighe just launching AJ Styles out of the ring. And now you can see AJ Styles might have shown a little bit of weakness there. He was holding his shoulder muscle, or maybe part of the chest muscle. I'm not quite sure. But again, it's still early days. It's still early days in this contest.
Maybe James Tighe should target that area, Nick, and maybe try and go for a nice armbar submission. AJ Styles goes in with a nice waist lock on James Tighe. James Tighe nicely done there. AJ Styles reverses again. Waist lock on James Tighe.
That's a reversal there from James Tighe. It looks like he might be trying to go for that German suplex, but AJ flips through. Beautifully done. Pushes off Tighe. The leapfrog over AJ and misses the drop kick.
AJ swinging a miss there, but missed the drop kick. AJ, wow! Missed the drop kick that time there. And Nick, if you heard it the way I heard it, it would appear that AJ Styles has done some serious damage to James.
That was sickeningly clean there, Tony. He really did. Absolutely. Oh, and you can see it. James Tighe, the blood gushing out of the nose. I mean, looks like maybe now the psychology of it all. James Tighe must be thinking, I'm bleeding. I am at the mercy of AJ Styles. He's going to be feeling the pressure. AJ off the ropes. But
James Tighe was on the outside. AJ Styles saw that, tried to go for the upper.
Styles clash! Styles clash!
James Tighe fighting now. James Tighe fighting out of the Styles clash. AJ Styles trying to use the advantage there while James Tighe was on the outside of the ring trying to tend to his nose. James Tighe, though, very firmly got his head in the game and managed to fight off the Styles clash. AJ Styles in control at the moment as he's got James Tighe backed up against the ropes.
You know what? James Tighe has never felt the Styles clash, and you want to believe that he never will. Whoa, here we go! Looks like formidable! It's Titanic!
No, but AJ Styles managed to fly out of it. It was a nice arm drag again, back to that simple, effective armbar.
I thought that was early, but I honestly thought he might have hit that Titanic. But AJ responded by slipping out the back. Nice, deep arm drag. And you see both men, good fan following and exchanges of arm drags there. AJ Styles on top of things at the moment.
James Tighe is losing quite a lot of blood though, Nick. It's got to play havoc with your mind. If you are bleeding in the early stages of a match, you've got to be thinking, how much longer is this going to be going on for? James Tighe is losing quite a large amount of blood from his nose.
Oh, the referee got caught there by a double forearm from James Tighe. I mean, James.
I think that wasn't inverted though, Nick. I don't think James Tighe did that on purpose. As you can see, AJ Styles and both James Tighe now saying, "Look, sorry, it was an accident." It was an accident.
Look at this, fantastic sportsmanship, obviously. Both men letting the referee back into the contest because AJ wants to know, James Tighe wants to know as much as I want to know, who is the better man here? Is it the former, next Doug Williams and James Tighe, or is it the current X Division champion?
Oh, nicely done there.
Oh, there is no gods. Look at that move.
German suplex. AJ Styles landing on the back of his head. It would appear that the blood loss from James Tighe is spurring him on. He has awoken some kind of demon inside him, and now he's going on all cylinders.
Well, he hit that turbine-like German suplex. Hits a standard plex, goes for the cover. AJ able to clip out. It's almost as if the ref, the accident with the ref, gave James Tighe enough time just to regroup, rethink his strategy, and the first thing he did was hit that big move. And still, you can see the effects that move had on AJ Styles. AJ now trying to fire a few forearm shots there, possibly trying to wear away James Tighe, but come on, James Tighe he did have that leverage, and I let go when AJ reached the ropes.
A nice reverse chin lock there from James Tighe, but AJ Styles too close to the ropes, managed to break out the hole. James Tighe goes, nice clothesline there, takes AJ Styles down, and AJ Styles looks like it almost had wind knocked out of it.
He felt that bad boy of a clothesline, I tell you. AJ there trying to punch out of it, and James Tighe now, he's putting the taunt on the neck, putting the pressure on the back of the legs.
A nice front side chancery there from James Tighe, wearing away on the neck of AJ Styles. James Tighe also pinning down the legs of AJ Styles on the back of Mr. Styles' knees. Very, very smart wrestling there from James Tighe. But AJ Styles now firing back with some blows to the abdomen.
Very British-esque maneuver as well, and it's obviously a contrast to AJ Styles' high-flying, exciting American style, I suppose is the best way to describe the X Division style that AJ Styles bring over to this country. James Tighe is a grisly picture. The busted nose, still very evident on his features, and you can know that as he can taste the blood, that he will drive him further to defeat AJ Styles.
James Tighe with a nice neck breaker there, goes in only a 2 count though. It would appear, Nick, that the head, the back, the neck area seems to be the area that James Tighe is targeting. If you think about it, if he goes for that Titanic, it does affect the head and neck area. So maybe James Tighe is just setting up for the beginning of the end.
Maybe he is. I mean, obviously, he's working on the neck of AJ Styles. It was a tactic he used against Low Key not too long ago, and there it wasn't very successful. But here it could very well be. After all, beautiful double knee there. The points of the knees straight into the throat and neck area. Oh, wait! Double underhook suplex with a bridge. That was a butterfly suplex. But, he just couldn't get the pin off it.
Nicely done there from James Tighe, but AJ Styles still has too much in him to let it go down as it is at the moment. James Tighe, though, is still losing quite a lot of blood, Nick. I mean, sorry, Nick, we haven't seen James Tighe lose this amount of blood before ever. I don't know how it's mentally going to be affecting him.
Well, you know what? I'm looking at him now, and I think James is more driven than he has ever been in the last year.
AJ Styles seems to have taken the advantage though, but again, James Tighe is firing back, clubbing blows to the back of AJ Styles' head.
Well, we both know that this was going to be an incredibly even contest skill-wise, and the difference is more a mental thing, if anything else. James Tighe there, he's standing, but AJ Styles, even whilst on the ground, is still a threat. Kicking away there at James Tighe's leg. Oh, that nip out there to the
Piranha takes him over. James Tighe on the outside of the, ring. You can't leave AJ Styles alone for 2 seconds, Nick. He will think up some new offense to hit you with.
Absolutely. AJ's in the ring, but he's just managed to get to his feet off the ropes. FWA!
Oh, Nick, it's the move that AJ Styles calls the Superman, because quite clearly he is flying through the air, and he takes James Tighe down full belt. And I think, Nick, AJ Styles may have clipped the back of his knee on the guardrail. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to see if that comes into effect.
You know what? This is the X Division style that we've always talked about. AJ Styles likes to throw in those high-flying impact maneuvers. They're very risky, but when they hit like they did right there, it's successful. Because look at James Tighe. He is the one who is being pinned at the moment.
Only a 2.5 count there. James Tighe still not ready to give it up, Nick. Oh, he's been on the losing streak. He beat Johnny Storm, and he does not want to go down again for the first match.
No, he wants his second victory in a row. After the huge victory of getting Johnny Storm kicked out of this company, he now wants to defeat, although in a non-title match, he wants to defeat the TNA X Division champion. Was what a name that'll make for him.
AJ Styles with a nice knee drop there, square on the top of James Tighe's head. I mean,
it was accurate.
Ever since that dive, AJ Styles has been firmly in control of this match now.
It's just a shame that James Tighe decided to bring in his new white ties for this one. You can see the blood splattered across them. But AJ Styles, he doesn't care. He's just going to keep on working on James Tighe. And he's sets him into the corner, follows through. A nice impact there with that forearm.
Nice forearm smash to the head of James there. I mean, James just laid out flat. This could be the time. AJ Styles, if he can pick him up, put him in that Styles Clash, we could be looking at a victory. 1, 2, only a 2 count, Nick. But as I said, if AJ Styles can hit the Styles Clash, you're all over.
You can see from those phenomenally strong legs of James Tighe that he's able to kick out of those pinning predicaments. AJ now looks like setting up. Oh, look at that arch. He is just tearing at the knees. He is tearing at the neck. And no doubt, James Tighe will be feeling pressure all the way up his body.
The Indian Deathlock nicely applied there by AJ Styles. And he turns him over for some extra leverage, working on the back of the knees of James Tighe and also on the head and neck as well. A devastating move. The longer James Tighe stays in this, the more damage, the more punishment it's going to cause.
You've got to believe that whilst he was in that Indian Deathlock, the thoughts that were running through James Tighe's head was not again, not again. You remember when he took on Loki, he was strapped into that key clutch and he was forced to black out Tony, and another loss was added to his
Nick,
column.
James Tighe now. James Tighe is firing up. Oh no! James Tighe firing back there. Goes for a springboard maneuver and AJ Styles catches in midair, turns it into a German suplex, in for the pin, but only a 2.
James Tighe's kickouts, they're getting weaker and weaker. You can see the time, the sands of time themselves are running out, Tony. AJ Styles truly is in control, and it's looking positive that the American, the Yank himself, is going to pull off the victory.
AJ Styles standing on the hand of James Tighe now, preventing James to get up. AJ Styles with a forearm smash and another to the head of James Tighe and another, just raining around those blows as AJ Styles now goes for the reversal. James Tighe managed to reverse that. AJ Styles with a stiff knife edge chop takes James Tighe down.
Very reminiscent of that low-key match we saw with James Tighe not too long ago. James Tighe now was suffering the kicks and the chops from AJ Styles, but he still tries to barrel away. AJ Styles, nice firm forearm. You know what? Do you think maybe he's working on the swelling around the face, possibly trying to blind his challenger tonight?
He could be, Nick. You know, you see it in an injured area, you've got to target that. You've got to go for that. Anything to get an important 3 count. As AJ Styles has James Tighe back to the corner, shoots him off to the other corner as AJ Styles now charges in, goes for another one of those forearm smashes, but James Tighe ducks out of the way and comes back with a clothesline and a perfect drop salt.
Absolutely, I've never seen him hit it so clean in his life. He's calling him up. He ducked that blind. Oh, a kick there from AJ Styles.
James Tighe goes for the clothesline. AJ Styles, good man at the same time with the same idea. Nobody home. Both men are down.
Both men went for those kind of kicks to their heads and, you know, they both connected. Both men are down. Are we going to see a draw here?
Hailing from England.
AJ Styles back to his feet. James Tighe, forearm. AJ Styles, forearm. Forearms, kicks. They're just going at it, Tony.
Now, Nick, this match has been on now for about at least 20 minutes. Both of these men have got to be getting tired, as you can see now. They're just going back to the basics, the primitive moves, the forearms, the smashes. AJ Styles in with a black side, gets the 2 count, but James Tighe...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Double underhook, Tighe fighter!
He hits it, 1, 2... Oh, AJ Styles kicks out of the Tighe fighter. Was it a desperation move from James Tighe, though, Nick? The longer this match goes on, I have to feel it's going to go in the favour of the more experienced TNA X Division champion, AJ Styles.
Oh, looks like James Tighe's got something planned here. Sit out Yorinarchi. Beautifully executed.
1, 2... Oh, only 2.5 though, Nick. It's as you said, the kickouts are getting slower and slower the more the match goes on. AJ Styles there at 2.5, and James Tighe appears to be signalling for the Titanic.
Well, he's hit a Tighe fighter. He's hit the sit-out Yorinarchi slam, and now he's going for the formidable Titanic. AJ Styles, though, holding on. He really does not want to go for this. You can see he just keeps trying to slip his leg out, Tony.
For the 3rd time, AJ Styles has managed to slip out of the Titanic. AJ Styles now setting James Tighe up, but James Tighe goes down to 1 knee, removing the pressure from AJ Styles, but AJ Styles managed to power over. Oh, nicely done. Suplex into a neck breaker. Goes for the pin. and only gets a 2.
I've seen that maneuver from AJ Styles before. Incredibly accurate, very usually a successful maneuver for getting that pinfall. But just wasn't going to be there tonight. James, though, on his feet, but he's having to slump in the corner. AJ saw him. Oh, he missed that typical maneuver of him. James is fighting for it. He does not want to land, Tony.
James Tighe knows what's coming. AJ Styles went for the phenomenon, and James Tighe knew it was coming. Tried to fight, tried to get out of it any way possible. But at the end of the day, AJ Styles just powered him down with that reverse DDT, managed to get another 2 pin.
AJ Styles must be asking himself, what have I got to do? And the only answer that I will hear echoing in his head is this: the Styles Clash, Tony.
He's got him set up, Nick. If he can pick him up and he can get him down, it's going to be all over. AJ Styles now clubbing blows to the lower back of James.
James is a minute away from returning to his losing ways here in the FWA. However, AJ Styles gave up on the Styles Clash attempt. Maybe James Tighe still too strong and too determined to fall victim to that maneuver.
AJ Styles has got James Tighe now perched up on the top rope. Not a good place to be if you are James Tighe. AJ Styles is well known for his high-risk offense, Nick, and it looks as though he has something in mind for James Tighe.
Well, obviously, maybe thought he was too strong to hit the Styles Clash on. I'm going to have to hit him with something big, and a top rope superplex will do it nicely. They're struggling up there.
Nick, they were struggling. It would appear that the sweat from both of these men has gone onto the ropes. A tragic accident there. Both men crashing down to the mat. I mean, Nick, if the referee starts counting, we could see a double count.
It's always gruesome when you see such a high-impact maneuver and a high-risk maneuver at that. I mean, obviously, this is why we call it high-risk, Tony. These accidents can happen. Don't forget, it's late in the evening. There's been sweat on those ropes throughout the entire series of contests that we have seen. And now, AJ Styles, James Tighe fighting away. Both men after that nasty tumble from the top rope.
Both men now firing back with those straight forearms to each other's face. AJ Styles with a stiff kick there to the left leg of James Tighe. And AJ Styles now just raining away with those blows. Oh, Nick, a discus clothesline. He's just taken referee Tommy Stevens and put him outside the ring.
For the second time in this contest, Tommy Stevens has taken an unfortunate blow from both of these wrestlers now, Tony. And obviously, you've got to wonder if they'll show the sportsmanship that they did earlier on in the contest.
Nick, I mean, the velocity of which AJ Styles was moving, the force of that blow, it's knocked the referee out of the ring, something you don't see all the time.
Oh my, Nick! James! Oh, the fans are not happy.
AJ Styles was checking on the referee and James Tighe crotches AJ Styles in the rope. What's James Tighe thinking?
James is desperate. That's exactly what it is. Forget sportsmanship. James is desperate. He wants a victory. He needs to get back on the winning streak if he's going to be worth anything in England today. You know what? I think it might be, Tony.
James Tighe brings a steel chair into the ring. I have no idea what's going through James Tighe's head.
I'll tell you what's going through his head. He wants to put AJ Styles away and take the win and take his rightful place in the FWA as an upper echelon competitor.
James Tighe now setting up that chair after taking AJ Styles down with a clothesline. He's got AJ
He's going for an illegal
No, he couldn't do it. No. Nick, it looks like he's setting him up.
He's going for an illegal pile driver.
AJ Styles cannot take this. AJ needs to fight back. There is no way he can sustain that blow. Yes! Oh! AJ Styles managed to backdrop James Tighe. James Tighe catching the back of his head on that chair. It would appear that James Tighe's plans are backfired against him. Oh, nicely done. Overhead kick takes James Tighe down.
He missed the clothesline, but he sure as hell connected with that kick. And now James Tighe is in trouble. The back of his head crashed onto that steel chair, and he just took that horrendously swinging kick from AJ Styles. If the referee can get in the ring, I tell you this now, AJ could have this. Oh, hang on a minute.
James Tighe's down, but AJ Styles has picked up that chair.
What's good for the goose, I guess is good for the gander, Tony.
As AJ Styles now begging James Tighe to get up. But Nick,
the referees are waiting, and he's called the bell.
What's the referee thinking?
Well, hang on a second, we'll find out.
James Tighe the chair. Therefore, James the winner by disqualification and gentlemen,
Nick, this is ludicrous. Referee Tommy Stevens is saying he
heard the chair shots. What he heard was AJ Styles hitting the mat and not James Tighe's head. I cannot believe this. AJ Styles has been robbed of another victory in the FWA. James Tighe lost that match but can't handle it because he just can't handle losing.
You know, I think you should take a Prozac. I assure you, the world will look like a lot nicer place then, Tony. Listen, calm down. Tommy Stevens is very inexperienced in that ring. Usually a referee has to see something for him to be able to call it, but he made a judgment call. And you know what? It was costly. You heard the fans. They were outright angry, and I don't blame them. But look on the other side of the coin. I bet James Tighe is happy, because in the record books it will state that AJ Styles returned to England and he lost to James Tighe.
Well, that's it. We've run out of time once again, but be sure to tune in next week for another great episode of FWA TV. Already confirmed the long-awaited matchup between Mark 5-Star Belton and rookie sensation Aviv Mayan. Plus, what promises to be a devastating father versus son contest, Ricky Knight against the Zebra Kid. As always, I'm your host, John Atkins, and until next time, I will see you ringside.